So in this class we are continuing simple interest from the last class, and here we are going to discuss few more problems. Around about 4 more problems I am going to handle in this class. Let us see, 2 problems are there on the board. The 2 problems are of the same type. Among those, the first problem, if you think, if the simple interest on 5,000 rupees is increased by 40 when the time increases by 3 years, we need to find the rate percent per annum. You just analyze the situation first. If the simple interest on 5,000 rupees, in the sense, we have to see, we have to calculate simple interest on 5,000 rupees. That means the principal amount is just 5,000 rupees here. See, if that 5,000 rupees with a particular rate of interest, if you invested for some years, you will get some simple interest. See, everything is somewhat here not mentioned, okay, not sure about all these things. Only principal is mentioned, and the amount is, see, the difference between the interest is mentioned as 40, and the difference between the time is also mentioned as 3 years. See, what I am going to tell you is, in one case I am investing 5,000 rupees for some rate of interest, and for some years I will get simple interest. In the other case, I will invest the same 5,000 rupees for the same rate of interest, but the time is 3 years more than the previous case. And since the time is increased by 3 years, automatically we have to pay some more amount, and the difference of the amounts is mentioned as 40. So at the end, 2 different situations are there here in the problem. In the first situation and the second situation, principal is same as 5,000 rupees. And in the first situation and second situation, rate of interest is also same, and that's we need to find. And in the first situation as well as in second situation, see, if you say there is a difference of time for 3 years and the difference of the interest amount is 40, okay, and that's what we need to solve. Is it right? So just think about it and the way how to solve it. So as I mentioned you, see, in one case the principal, in both the cases principal is same like 5,000 rupees, and in both the cases rate of interest is also same like R%, and that's what we need to find. And in both the cases time is different. If you say in one case the time is t years, then in the other case the time is t plus 3 years, okay, the difference between the times is 3 years. And the next thing is the difference between the interests, okay, the amount what you are getting in the first case as well as the second case, the difference between the interest is given as 40 years. So how to solve this problem? See, 2 situations are involved. So if you say about the principal amount, in 2 cases the principal amount is 5,000 rupees as I mentioned you. This is the first situation and this is the second situation, and in both the cases rate of interest is same. That's what we need to find. And in both the cases, if you think about the time, see, the time in the one case the time is, if you say t years or you say t1, in the second case the time is t2. In one case t1 and the second case t2, and as per the problem the difference between the times is 3 years. t2 minus t1 is 3 years. And in coming to the interest, in one case the interest amount is I1 and the other case interest amount is I2, and as they given, the difference between the interest amounts I2 minus I1 is equals to 40, okay. And now based on this information we need to solve the problem, okay. And first of all, we know the rule for simple interest as PTR by 100. So I will start my discussion with I2 minus I1. As per the problem, I2 minus I1 is equals to 40. What is I2? The simple interest in the second case. The rule is what? PT2, see, the principal into time into rate of interest into 100. Principal and rate of interest are same. You say it as 5,000 into R into T2 divided by 100. Minus, in the first case the interest is principal into rate of interest into time by 100. So 5,000 into R into T1 by 100, and that simplification is simply 40, right? And now our task is to find what? Rate of interest. If you look there, see, easily I can cancel those zeros first, okay. 0 0 0 0, okay, and then like this. After that, this is what 50r, and here also have 50r. So you just common out that 50r into t2 minus t1 is equals to 40. Is there anything wrong? Nothing, okay. Since 50 times of r is common in both the cases, I just picked it out, and in the bracket I have t2 minus t1. But as per the problem, the difference between the times is given as 3 years. So you need to replace this t2 minus t1 with 3 years. So 50 into r into 3 is equals to 40. And that's what we need to simplify. See, 0 and 0 will get cancelled, and you will get that r is equals to 4 by 15%. So just have a look. At the end, you found that the rate of interest is 4 by 15% for this 5A. Okay. So in the same way, we have to do the 5B also. Alright. In this problem, if you think about, principal and rate of interest is same, and there is a difference between the times. Whereas coming to the 5B, you just think about it, there is a difference between the rate of interest, and you need to calculate the principal sum there. Okay. First of all, you just analyze 5A, and then you just try to solve 5B. Okay. Just go with that. Yeah, just look there, 5B. See, this is also the same model of 5A, but the way of questioning is different. The way of questioning is different, but the involved logic is same. If you read the question, a certain sum was put at simple interest at a certain rate. See, certain sum, certain rate at simple interest as mentioned for 3 years. So time is clear, 3 years. Had it been put at 4% higher rate, it would have fetched 480 rupees more. We need to find the sum. As we discussed in the previous case here also, see, there are two situations. In both the situations, we are investing same amount of principal. Okay, so we need to analyze the problem in two cases. Okay, situation 1 and situation 2. In both the situations, as per the problem, principal amount, that usually we call it as sum also. Okay, principal amount and the sum of the amount is same, and that sum of the amount we need to find at the end of the problem. So for that, you just let the sum of the amount as principal P and P. And it is very clear that time is same in both the cases. As they mentioned, time is 3 years, and that's also same. And see, in one case, if you invest at certain rate of interest R%, then in the other case, you are investing at 4% higher rate. That in the sense, the difference between the rate of interest is 4 as they given. So if you think about rate of interest, say R1 in the first case and take R2 in the second case, as per the problem, R2 minus R1 is equals to 4. So since we are investing at 4% higher rate in the second case, that interest rate is 4 more than the interest rate first one. That means the difference between the interest amounts is 4. So take it like R2 minus R1 is equals to 4. And whereas coming to the interest amounts, in the first case take it as I1, in the second case take it as I2. But as they mentioned you, since see interest at the second case is more, you automatically you will get more at since rate of interest at the second case is 4% more, then for sure you will get more interest at the second case, and that interest difference is given as 480. So as per the problem, the simple interest from the second case and from the first case, the difference between them is 480 rupees. And as we know that interest 2, I2, second case, PTR by 100. So principal, we don't know. T, time, we know it. Rate of interest R2 divided by 100 minus I1, interest in the first case. Again PTR by 100. P3 R1 divided by 100 is equals to 480. And that was very clear. See, the difference between the rate of interest is 4. That's what we need to use here. See, if you look there in these two terms, P into 3 by 100 is same thing. So if you common out that 3 into P, 3P by 100, then you left with R2 and R1 in the brackets. That is equals to 480. Right. Then what you say about this R2 minus R1? As they mentioned, 4% higher rate. The difference between the rate of interest is 4. So 3p by 100 into 4 is equals to 480. From there we need to calculate. Yeah, it is very clear that what it is clear, 4 12s is 48 and then 3 4s is 12. So right side we have 40, this side 100, send that 100 that side, it becomes like 40 into 100, 4000 rupees is the principal amount at the end of the problem. Just think about it. So 5b and 5a are of both same logic, and here we found principal, and in the 5b we found there about what, 5a we found there the rate of interest. Just look at the problems. Yeah, a certain sum is invested for certain time. See, certain sum is invested for certain time. That means principal is not clear, time is also not clear. Okay, certain sum and certain time as they mentioned. It amounts to 800 rupees at 8% per annum. It amounts to 800 rupees at 8% per annum. See, I have some principal amount. You say it as some P, and the time is, you say, some T years. If I invested my amount with for T years at the rate of 8% per annum, amount is 800, not the principal. It is not the interest, and it is amount. Amount is 800. And whereas if he invested at 6% per annum, then it amounts to 400 rupees. Okay. If he invested at 6% per annum, amount is 400 rupees. If he invested at 8% per annum, the amount is 800 rupees. At the end we need to find the time, but no need to think about principal. Okay. See, first of all, we know the rule for the amount. What is the rule for the amount? We know that, yeah, amount is equals to principal plus interest, and amount is equals to principal plus PTR by 100. Is it clear? Yeah, we need to find what? We need to find the time, and no need to think about the principal. See here, amount is equals to principal into 1 plus TR by 100. Is there anything wrong? Yeah, see, I just pick P out. Okay, P times of 1 plus TR by 100. Right. And now think about the problem. Yeah, see, there are two different situations again. In the first case, principal is P, rate of interest is 8%, time is some T years. Okay, principal, rate of interest, time. Then in this case, what you say about the amount? Yeah, amount is equals to P times of 1 plus TR. R is 8 and T is T. TR means 8T by 100. So amount is equals to P into 1 plus 8T by 100, and that amount in the first case is given as 800. So I will write it like this. So 800 is equals to principal into 1 plus 8T by 100. Is it clear? And whereas if you think about the second case, the principal is same, but rate of interest is 6%. Time is also same, because for a certain sum and for certain time, as they mentioned, time and principal are same. So P 6% and T. Okay. Here in this case, if you write, amount is what? 400 rupees, which is equals to P times of 1 plus RT means 6 into T, 60 divided by 100. Just think about it. By the usual formula that amount is equals to principal into 1 plus TR by 100. If you apply this formula for the first case, 800 is equals to P into 1 plus 8T by 100. And if you apply the formula for the second case, 400 is equals to P into 1 plus 60 by 100. Now our task is to find T. No need to think about T. Okay, for space concern, I am erasing this formula, and you just concentrate on these two items. Okay, what are those two? Yeah, 800 is equals to and 400 is equals to. See, we need to divide the first relation with the second, the first equation with the second, so that P gets eliminated, and automatically we will get what? T. You just think about it. Now we need to divide first equation with the second. That means 800 divided by 400 is equals to P into, this is 1 plus 8T by 100. If you took LCM, it becomes like 100 plus 8T by 100. Think about it. 100 plus 80t by 100 is same as 1 plus 8t by 100. The denominator is p times of 100 plus 60 by 100. Okay, nothing is wrong there. Okay, 1 plus 60 by 100 is 100 plus 60 by 100. Yeah, now if you think about it, 400 twos is 800. This p and p will get cancelled, as well as if you think about the fractions, 100 also get cancelled. Now at the end you left with 2 in the left side, whereas coming to the right side, 100 plus 80t in the numerator and 100 plus 60 in denominator. Yeah, we need to solve it. So to solve, just do cross multiplication. If you go with the cross multiplication, see 100 into 2 is 200 plus 2 into 60 is 12t is equals to 100 plus 80t. Usual cross multiplication. Yeah, see how to solve it? Is there anything? Yeah. Something negative item is coming here. Just think about once. So at the end, on solving thus 200 plus 12t plus 100 plus 80 will give us a negative value of t, but it is not possible. That represents that theoretically there is a small mistake in the question itself. Okay, see, but you just go through the procedure. The procedure is somewhat very clear and the procedure is okay, correct one. You just think about the procedure. If in one case amount is 800 is equals to p times of 1 plus 80 by 100, and in the other case amount is 400 is equals to p times of 1 plus 60 by 100, and to find the value of t by eliminating p, we need to divide one equation with the other. That procedure you need to memorize. Okay, just have a look. Yeah, see, totally there is an amount of 52,000 rupees and is lent out in two parts. We need to divide into two parts in such a way that the interest on one part at 10% for 5 years is equal to the interest on other part at 9% for 6 years. You just think about it. That in the sense, initially, if you have 52,000 rupees, as per the situation, if you have 52,000 rupees, we need to divide it into two parts. Okay, we need to split it like into two parts. We don't know those two parts. For suppose you just let those two parts as some x and y. That in the sense, this x and y together will make 52,000. X plus y is 52,000. So divide that 52,000 into two parts. One part you interest in one case where for 5 years at 10% per annum, and the other amount invest in another place at 6 years at 9% per annum. But at the end, the interest amounts same for those two transactions. So here in this case, for the first part, time is 5 years, rate of interest is 10%. Here in the second case, time is 6 years and rate of interest is 9%. Okay, and since principal, time, rate of interest, what is the interest amount? PTR by 100. So x into 5 into 10 by 100. Okay, this is the interest. And in this case, y into 6 into 9 by 100. But as per the problem, these two interest amounts are equal, and this line you need to identify from the problem. They are equal, the interest amounts. And since they are equal, you just solve them to get a relation between x and y. So just divide 100 and 100. Okay, then what you will get? Yeah, if you divide 100 and 100, you just do cancellations. If you do cancellations, like these two hundreds will get cancelled, and then 2 5s is 25, and see 2 5s is 10, and then 2 3 is 6. Now at the end we have that 5 5s, 25x is equals to 9 3 is 27y. That means x by y, you just think about it, x by y is equals to 27 by 25. That means x is to y is equals to 27 by 25, or 27 is to 25. So from this relation, since the interest amounts are equal, if you calculate, you will find you have that the ratio between those two parts x and y is 27 is to 25, and they ask us to find the principals. So to find the principals, See x and y, x plus y is 52,000. We need to divide this 52,000 in this ratio. So x is equals to 27 parts out of 27 plus 25 into 52,000. This is 52. On cancellation you will get that x is equals to 27,000. And in the same way you will get that y is equals to 25,000. Then at the end, the two parts, the two principal amounts are 27,000 and 25,000. At the end, if you analyze, if you invest 27,000 for 5 years at 10% per annum, and if you invest the 25,000 for 6 years at 9% per annum, in both the cases you will get same amount of interest, and that's the problem. Just have a look, and I will give you the next one, 8th point. Yeah, and then 8th point is a rule or a logic we need to discuss. Okay, 8th point. Okay, see, if I invested principal for some rate of interest and for some time, principal is there and rate of interest is some r, t is t, and after these t years at the rate of interest r% per annum, if I will get the final amount as n times of the principal, n times of principal. Okay, that in the sense amount is equals to n times of the principal. You just think about it. For suppose if I invest some 1 lakh rupees, after some years if I will get 2 times of 1 lakh, or if I get 5 times of 1 lakh, that means 5 times of my principal, 2 times of my principal, 6 times of my principal. See, if such situations arises, that means if amount is equals to n times of the principal, then what is the relation between the time and the rate of interest? That's what we need to establish. See, amount is equals to n times of the principal, and we know that amount is equals to principal plus interest, which is PTR by 100, is equals to n times of the principal. And it is very clear that principal, and then there is a chance to cancel it out since everywhere it is there. So 1 plus RT by 100 is equals to n. So send this one that side and you will get that RT by 100 is equals to n minus 1, and send this 100 this side. Therefore R into T is equals to n minus 1 into 100, and that's the relation between rate of interest and time if amount will become n times of the principal. Okay, you just take it as A. Whereas coming to B, for suppose if I invest an amount of P, okay, and if I need to get 3 times of the principal, okay, what I need to get? If I need to get 3 times of the principal, then what you say about the value of n? 3, because I need to get 3 times of the principal. Then in this case, from this relation, rate of interest into time is equals to 3 minus 1 into 100. And if you solve, rate of interest into time is equals to 200. So R into T is equals to 200. For suppose, if a bank is offering a rate of interest of 10% per annum, okay, then to make my principal as 3 times of the principal, I need to invest for how many years? Since the rate of interest is 10% at the bank, the product should be 200, then the time must be 20 years. See, using this relation we need to search for different banks. Okay, see, rate of interest is different in different banks. So as per the rate of interest offered by the bank, we need to invest our amount in the bank for as many years as RT is equals to 200, so that to get 3 times of the principal. See, for example, I say it as 3 times. If a person intention is to get 4 times of the amount, 5 times of the investment, 6 times of the principal, according to that we need to get this particular relation, and using this relation we need to search for the financial organizations related to the rate of interest and the time period. Just have a look. Yeah, and another example, 8C, a sum of money. Say I have certain amount of money, you say it as sum P. It doubles in 5 years and it will become 4 times in how many years? That's what we need to find. In the first case, see, in the first case, it doubles, that in the sense n is equals to 2, whereas 5 years, time is equals to 5 years. In the first case, n is equals to 2 and time is equals to 5 years. So as per that relation, RT means See, 5r is equals to n minus 1 into 100. Since n is 2, 2 minus 1 is 1, 5r is equals to 100. From there you will get the rate of interest is 20%. There ends the first case. Now in the second case, the amount will become 4 times. That means n is equals to 4. Of itself in how many years? Time we need to find. Since the problem is same, so you need to consider the same rate of interest here as 20. So if you apply the same logic for this data, r into t, so 20 into t is equals to n minus 1 into 100. Here n is 4, 4 minus 1 is 3, 3 into 100. And if you cancel it out, 25 is 100, is it right? And the time is equals to 15 years. Just think about it. If you invest our principal for 5 years, then you will get double the amount. Whereas if you invest for 15 years, you will get 4 times of the amount. That's the problem. Okay? Just have a look. See, on that simple interest. So these are all the basic models related to the simple interest. If you are confident with all these models, then automatically you can easily solve all the problems from simple interest. Okay? Right.